Have you ever wondered why two people can start in the same place, face the same challenges, and work just as hard, yet one builds extraordinary wealth while the other spends a lifetime struggling? Here's a truth that most people never hear. Your bank account follows your mindset long before it follows your actions. Hear that again. The greatest investment you will ever make is not in stocks, property, or business. It is the investment you make in the way you think. Because wealth doesn't begin in your wallet. Wealth begins in your mind. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll discover why changing the way you think today could completely change the life you live tomorrow. Most people believe money is the biggest problem. If only I earned more. If only I had better opportunities. If only I came from a wealthy family. But the painful truth is this: many people receive more money, yet remain financially trapped. A salary increases, but so do expenses. A bonus arrives, but disappears within weeks. A business grows, but poor decisions destroy the profits. The problem isn't always income. Often, it's identity. Many people unknowingly carry invisible beliefs. I'm not good with money. Rich people are lucky. I'll never get ahead. I wasn't born for success. These thoughts become silent instructions to the brain, and the brain works every day to prove them true. Your life slowly becomes a reflection of the story you keep telling yourself. The good news? Stories can be rewritten, and that's exactly what we're going to explore. Because once your thinking changes, your decisions change. When your decisions change, your habits change. When your habits change, your future changes. But before we dive deeper, let me tell you a story. A young man named Daniel grew up in a small town where money was always scarce. His parents worked tirelessly, yet every month ended with the same sentence: "We just need to survive until payday." Daniel loved his family, but without realizing it, he inherited their mindset. Whenever he dreamed big, a voice inside whispered, "People like us don't become wealthy." Years later, Daniel found a decent job. His income improved, but nothing else did. Every paycheck disappeared. He bought things to impress people who barely noticed. He avoided learning about investing because it felt complicated. Whenever opportunities appeared, fear convinced him he wasn't ready. One evening, while cleaning his apartment, he found an old notebook. Inside was something his grandfather had written years earlier. It simply said, "Your circumstances are temporary. Your thinking decides whether they stay that way." Daniel couldn't stop thinking about those words. That night changed everything. He stopped asking, "How can I earn more money?" Instead, he started asking, "Who must I become to create more value?" That single question transformed his life. He began reading every morning. He learned new skills after work. He saved before spending. He surrounded himself with people who challenged his thinking instead of feeding his excuses. Nothing happened overnight. Weeks passed. Months passed. Progress felt painfully slow. But 1 year later, Daniel wasn't the same person. His confidence had grown. His knowledge had multiplied. His opportunities had expanded. Within a few years, he had built a successful business, helped others find employment, and created financial security for his family. Did wealth suddenly appear? No. His mind changed first. Everything else followed. And perhaps that's exactly where your transformation begins. Let's uncover the first lesson. Your thoughts create your financial direction. Imagine setting your GPS to the wrong destination. No matter how well you drive, you'll end up in the wrong place. Your mind works the same way. If your daily thoughts focus only on fear, lack, and limitation, your decisions will naturally reflect those emotions. But when you begin asking better questions, what skill can I develop? How can I solve bigger problems? What value can I create? Your brain starts searching for opportunities instead of obstacles. Here's a simple truth. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your future. Keep listening, because the next lesson may completely change how you see success. The second lesson is this: wealth follows value, not wishes. Many people dream about becoming rich. Few focus on becoming useful. Think about a teacher who inspires thousands of students, a doctor who saves lives, an entrepreneur who solves everyday problems, a programmer who creates software that helps millions. Money follows people who make life better for others. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" ask, "How can I become more valuable?" Learn communication, learn leadership, learn technology, learn sales, learn creativity. Every new skill increases your ability to serve the world, and the world has a remarkable habit of rewarding people who solve meaningful problems. Remember this quote: "Your income grows when your value grows." But there's another lesson most people overlook. Let's talk about it. Lesson 3. Protect your mind from negative influence. Imagine planting a beautiful seed in fertile soil. Now imagine watering it every day with poison. Will it grow? Of course not. Your dreams are exactly the same. If you constantly listen to people who tell you success is impossible, if every conversation is filled with complaints, if every day begins with fear and ends with doubt, eventually your confidence begins to disappear. Choose your environment carefully. Read books that stretch your thinking. Listen to people who challenge you to improve. Spend time with individuals who inspire action instead of excuses, because your environment quietly shapes your expectations, and your expectations shape your future. Now comes one of the most powerful lessons of all. Lesson 4. Think long-term while acting daily. Many people quit because results don't appear quickly, but think about planting a tree. For weeks, you see almost nothing. Does that mean nothing is happening? No. The roots are growing beneath the surface. Success works exactly the same way. Every page you read matters. Every skill you practice matters. Every disciplined decision matters. Every pound saved. Every healthy habit. Every courageous conversation. Every small improvement. They're all invisible roots. One day, the results become impossible to ignore. People will call you lucky. They won't see the thousands of quiet decisions that created your success. Because extraordinary lives are built through ordinary actions repeated consistently. And now we've reached the most important part. Listen carefully. You are not trapped by where you were born. You are not trapped by your past mistakes. You are not trapped by today's circumstances. You are only trapped by the belief that they define your future. The moment you decide to think differently, you begin seeing opportunities that were always there. The moment you believe you can grow, you become willing to learn. The moment you believe your future can improve, you start making choices your old self would never have made. Remember this: your future self is waiting for the decisions your present self is afraid to make. Don't wait for confidence. Action creates confidence. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Progress begins with imperfect action. Don't wait for permission. Your dreams don't need permission. They need commitment. Starting today, here's your action plan. Spend at least 20 minutes every day learning something new. Replace one limiting belief with one empowering belief. Write down 3 ways you can create more value for others this week. Save a portion of every income before spending anything else. Surround yourself with people, books, podcasts, and ideas that expand your thinking. And every morning, ask yourself one powerful question. What decision today will make my future self proud? If you answer that question honestly every single day, your life will begin changing in ways you never imagined. Always remember, wealth is not just money. Wealth is wisdom. Wealth is discipline. Wealth is confidence. Wealth is freedom. And all of it begins with one invisible place: your mind. The richest person in the room is not always the one with the biggest house or the largest income. The richest person is often the one who never stopped growing, never stopped learning, and never stopped believing that tomorrow could be better than today. So choose your thoughts carefully. Guard your mindset fiercely. Invest in your growth daily. Because when your mind becomes wealthy, your life eventually follows. And never forget this final truth. The life you dream about is first built in the mind before it is ever built in reality. If this message inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Subscribe for more motivational content that helps you grow from the inside out, and leave a comment below telling us your biggest takeaway. Your story of transformation could become the spark that changes someone else's life. Until next time, keep growing, keep believing, and remember, your greatest fortune is not waiting somewhere in the future. It is already being created by the way you think today.